The biggest thing is that going into this election day, the Republicans and the Democrats both said they were feeling confident. They said this publicly, they said this privately. And what we realized what was going on is there was a disconnect between how the Democrats were polling the public and how the Republicans were polling the public. And it all came down to how they viewed the electorate. The Democrats were taking a gamble, making a bet on the fact that the electorate, like the country at large, would look more diverse or just as diverse as it did in 2008 when large numbers of minorities and young voters turned out in support of Barack Obama. The Republicans were saying, no, Obama's coalition is broken. It's not going to be nearly as diverse as it was before. It's going to look more like 2004 when it was whiter and older. And so the Republicans based their polling on that model. The Democrats based their polling off of their model. And so what you had was both sides looking at polling that showed that their supporters were going to turn out in droves and the other guys wasn't. Ended up to be that the Democrats and the Obama team's gamble was right. Well, I think it's important to look at two different things. One is that the popular vote was still very, very close, which tells me that the country is ideologically divided, partisan, polarized. Where he won was the Electoral College. So there wasn't necessarily a turning point on either end. I do think what this came down to was turnout. Who could get their base out in bigger numbers? And the Republicans certainly had enthusiasm on their side. But I would argue that the Democrats had just pure hustle on their side, and they hustled for every last vote, whereas the Republicans relied on, enthusiasm and a anti-Obama fervor going through the GOP to carry them victory. The country's growing more diverse, and the diversity is tilting towards the Democrats. So the Republicans have to figure out a way to broaden their tent and get in. Make their party more attractive to people who are, new immigrants to this country or, Hispanics, blacks,